Good morning, evening, or afternoon, YouTube, and welcome to PSP, aka Pawn Shop Pistols, the only YouTube channel where every firearm I review is purchased from a pawn shop. Today, we're taking a look at the SAR9. SAR Firearms is located in Turkey and was founded in 1880 in the Ottoman Empire. They're the largest small arms manufacturer in Turkey, and they're the official supplier and producer of small arms for the Turkish National Police and Armed Forces. So when they claim that the SAR9 is possibly the most rigorously tested pistol ever developed, I'm inclined to believe them. Let's take a closer look. So let's go ahead and jump in. See what we got. Well, don't get too excited now. Before we take a closer look at this firearm, what's the first thing that we need to do? That's right, make sure it's safe to handle. I know it's empty, but you don't know that it's empty. So let's go ahead and eject the magazine with this button here. Looks good, nice and empty. Now we're also going to go ahead and rack the slide. We want to make sure that just because the magazine's empty doesn't mean that there isn't something hanging out in here. So let's take a look. And wouldn't you know it, I had a fake bullet in there. Almost like I knew I was going to do this on purpose. That's weird. Now I'm just doing this as an example, right? Just because someone says that the gun is safe to handle, oh, look, there's nothing in the magazine, you're safe. Always verify. Always make sure that the firearm is safe. Treat every firearm that you handle as if it's loaded. Now that we've verified that the firearm is safe, let's go ahead and take a closer look at it. Looks like it's got a standard polymer frame here. Forged steel barrel and slide. Standard striker fire. And a Picatinny accessory rail, just in case you wanted to add a little flair to yours. I myself prefer not to use any accessories on my firearms. I believe that it was manufactured to be this way, to be used and shot the way that it was made. This whole channel is dedicated to affordability, safety, and understanding. I like the firearms just the way that they are, and I want to use them just the way that they are. So little info about this SAR9 in particular. I was lucky enough that when I purchased this from my local pawn shop, it was essentially brand new. That's a plus about buying from a pawn shop. Even if the firearm has never been fired, they can't sell it as if it was new if it was traded into them. They have to sell it used. What the sales rep told me is that the guy who traded this in was just cutting down his collection, and the rep wasn't even sure if it had even been fired before. It doesn't look that way to me. But in order to really verify that, let's go ahead and take the slide off. Now the way that we have to do it on this one is we have to dry fire it first. So again, we're going to make sure magazine's not in there, chamber's clear, dry fire. Now the next step, this little thing right here. So located on both sides. We're going to pull that down, and you'll see the striker over here is going to move forward just a little bit. Just like that. Now we're going to push this and just slide it right off. Nice and simple. So here's that polymer frame. Looks pretty darn clean to me, gotta say. I think I'm going to have to agree with the sales rep on this one. Does not look like it has been fired. Or if it has, it's just been very well taken care of. There's the slide. Looks pretty good. Now, it should be said, if you're afraid of handling firearms, it's easy from an outsider's perspective to say, oh no, don't be afraid of them. But when it comes down to it, that's all they are. Sure, we got a few parts in here. We have the barrel, we have a couple of springs, but this is all firearms are. Just a little bit of polymer, a little bit of metal. Nothing to be afraid of, if you know how to handle them, which I believe everyone should know how to handle them, no matter what side of the aisle you're on, no matter if you want to get rid of all firearms or make sure every single person in the world has one. Just be sure you know how to handle them and be safe with them. So now that we've got the slide off, let's go ahead and put it back on. We're just going to line it up here on this track, just like that. And we're just going to rack it, and it's back on. That easy. So let's go ahead and disassemble it again. Remember, dry fire it, empty, dry fire, pull this down, push it off. There we go. Now, it just occurred to me when I stopped filming that I didn't show what happens if you try and take the slide off without dry firing. So we're going to do that before I head down to the range and see how this fires. So first thing here, we're going to go ahead and eject the magazine. Empty. Rack the slide. That's right. Nothing there. So I'm going to dry fire. Pops right off. Now what happens if we don't dry fire? We've just racked the slide. So the gun thinks that, oh, there's something in the chamber, right? So let's go ahead and pull this down. It didn't quite move as far back here. And it does not want to come off. We got a little bit of play, but that's it. So that's what happens if you try and disassemble it without dry firing. So we're going to reset, try it again. Nothing. Now we're going to dry fire it, pull this down. There we go. Just a little bit of pressure there. Perfect. Okay. Well, it looks like when all is said and done, we pretty much got a factory new SAR9 here. So this cost me $400, and it comes with the cleaning kit, some different grips here, just in case you don't like the stock ones it comes with. We got some more grips also up here, a second magazine, of course the hard case. That's not bad, but how much money did we save? Well, on SAR's website, all of this retails for about $449.99. So when I saw this for $400, I essentially got a $50 discount. Now that might not sound like much, but oftentimes magazines themselves cost anywhere between $30 and $50, sometimes more. Considering that the firearm itself goes for about $300 to $350 secondhand, $400 seemed like a pretty good deal. So now that we've got this reassembled, we know how it works, everything looks good, everything looks functional, let's go ahead and get it down to the range and take a look and see how it fires there. welcome back from the range. Sorry if that wasn't exactly the best quality footage. I'll get a little bit better about recording, maybe focus down on the target a little bit more, just so you can see kind of where the holes are showing up. But for now, I've just got some targets here. So this is the first target that I shot at. This was the 15 yards. So as you can see, I'm not a marksman by any means, but I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 10 on the target here. I always just tend to aim, I tend to pull to the upper left side of the target. But I wanted to get someone else's opinion while I was there. So I also had my girlfriend shoot at a couple targets too. So just keep this in mind here. So there's mine. This is my girlfriend's target. She's a little bit more accurate than I am, as you can see. Let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 out of 10 on here. So she pulls a little bit more down to the bottom right. But just to show how easy it is to sort of get used to this firearm when you fire it, we both decided to shoot on the same target together after these two. And this is our 10 yard. Obviously, I don't know who shot what, but this is much, much nicer. We only got 2 in the white. It's probably from me. But all the rest here, we even got almost 2 right on the bullseye. But it's very, very easy to get used to how this gun fires. Before I go ahead and do some final thoughts and finish up this video, just want to showcase what ammunition we were firing today. This is the Fiocchi Target Max 9mm Luger 115 grain full metal jacket target ammo. This stuff worked great, fired very cleanly, no jamming whatsoever, no malfunctions. This is definitely going to be the ammunition that we buy whenever we go down to the range going forward. Well, I've had a lot of fun reviewing this firearm. There's 3 things that are important to me for a successful buy: price, performance, and condition. Price-wise, $400 isn't exactly cheap to the majority of us, but I just couldn't resist the deal that I got from the shop. Once you hold this in your hands, it's hard to want to put it down. We essentially did get a $50 discount, but I'd still have to rate the price a middle-of-the-road 3 out of 5. On the range, as far as performance goes, the SAR9 demonstrates pretty reliable accuracy. As you saw on the targets, it's very easy to get the hang of how to aim this. The low bore axis aids in managing recoil. I mean, this firearm is smooth when it fires. The 4.4-inch barrel contributes to a well-balanced feel. It's just nice to hold in your hand. I'd have to rate it a solid 4 out of 5. The trigger can be a little hard to get used to if you've never fired a similar handgun. But on the flip side, this could be a great first firearm if you're looking to get into something bigger than a compact. Lastly, condition. Easily 5 out of 5. We got this practically brand new. As long as we keep it clean, I have a feeling that the SAR9 will stick around for quite a while. Overall, the SAR9 is a commendable addition to the striker-fired pistol market. Its ergonomic design and reliable performance make it viable for both beginners and experienced shooters. While the customization options are somewhat limited, the SAR9 delivers where it matters most, in the hand and on the range. This has been PSP. Thanks for watching. See you next time.